Well, hello there, friends and family. Good to see y'all again here on this Sunday, April 26th, I believe. I think I got that right this time. And day 41, self-isolation. And I want to get to that subject real quick. Thank you for all your comments. All 388 of them so far. And I read every last one of them. And it was because of those comments. I mean, maybe everybody should have a YouTube channel. Maybe everybody should make videos of major decisions in their life. Because reading through your comments, it gave me some different perspectives. Many of you have no choice but to go out. You're essential workers. Others have to go out because you just got to have the money. You got no choice. While others are still got to go out, but they limit it to once a week or once a month. And they got to get their meds and got to get some groceries. And I read every last one of them. Most of y'all are prepared. And you limit your excursions. And I'm so proud of all of y'all. But after reading through the comments, late into last night, early this morning with my coffee, and then later today, before I came out here, and this is right around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, a little late getting on out here today. One reason was the church here behind me, they were having church services today, something they haven't had in weeks. No, I didn't see as many cars as been there in the past. There were more than I would have thought. That gets back to that freedom to choose. And I'm a great believer in that. And I did a lot of prayer last night. I didn't sleep much because of my worry. I know a lot of you said, they thought I was defeated. I'm tired. That wasn't what about yesterday was about. In fact, it wasn't that. It's more about anger, frustration. You see, I'm just like many of y'all. I just can't figure this thing out. And I still spend a lot of time looking into it. And I still just can't quite pinpoint why it's come to be. I don't believe what we're being told. I've been digging into that more and more. Not the numbers, not the deaths, so much as the origins of it. But, through prayer, through reading all your comments, I made my decision. My decision is, first of all, a lot of what was bothering me yesterday, other than anger and frustration, was worry for my children. And I'd forgot some of my own lessons that I've always tried to teach people over the course of my life, to friends, my family, and to my children. And I've said this in several different videos. Before you go out, you need to decide if it's a need or a want. If it's worth dying for killing another. And, I suffer from the, same, habits as all of you. We as a society have got so used to having everything that we want whenever we want it. Wasn't thinking through all this last night and more this morning and today. I thought, well, you're not even listening to your own advice, Tom, or what you've taught all your life. And then you tell others, you come from a time period where you didn't have all this. You didn't have fruits and all these vegetables all times of the year. And that's true. Many of y'all out there my age or older know that to be the case. You just didn't whip on down to your local grocery store or Walmart, pick up cantaloupe, apples, oranges, cucumbers, lettuce, whenever you wanted to. They were there at certain times of the year. So then I also got to thinking, like I've told people, you should make a list. And I've used this to teach young people all my life. You make a list. So you make that list, and what is that list? Well, the first thing the title should be simple, a need or a want. And that's what I started to do this morning while I was drinking my coffee, reading comments. I'll show it to you right here. I'm not ashamed. Here, let me bring you over here. So you can see it right here on my lap. And it says right there at the top, need or want. And it goes through the things that I was thinking I was wanting. Or needing. Let me rephrase that. So, once I made my list, I was able to go down through it and see what I could actually do about any of this. And was it a need or a want? Now, the first on the list was milk. Now, that's for Trixie, primarily. Occasionally, I'd like some milk. Put my mashed taters and put on cereal. That was one thing growing up my parents always made sure of. We had milk every day, twice a day, for breakfast and for dinner. We didn't get anything else. They felt strongly about growing children had to have milk. The other one that, was bread. But I've said in past videos, I can make bread. And I've been rationing stuff like which God hasn't seen, especially, things I really like. And part of that's out of laziness too. It's just like sandwich bread. I made bread in the past. I got a good friend up in Alaska, Rudy, got a great bread recipe I have yet to try. So I had to cross that one off the list. That was just convenience and laziness. And then lettuce. Well, with the lettuce, as you know, I already knew I was going to run out. You saw what I had left when I was making that last cooking video, my salad. It's now gone. But I knew that. That's why I planted more. Of course, I planted old seed, and only part of it came up. And lettuce takes a while. But I'll just have to go out and pick some wild greens, I guess. And then I used my last tomato. You saw that in the salad too. It done went past its prime, but it's still tasty. Now those, they're going to take a while. My tomato plants are about 1 inch high. And that was one of the things I was wanting to go out and get were some tomato plants. But here again, that goes back to need or want. Do I really need them? No. I got canned tomatoes of every type imaginable. I got crushed. I got stewed. Canned whole. I got sauce. And in my freezer, I still got frozen whole tomatoes. The only thing I don't got is fresh tomatoes. But that gets back to the point of growing up in the era when there were times in our lives we didn't have fresh tomatoes either. And that wasn't because we didn't want them. It was because they weren't available. And then I, of course, used up the last of my sliced ham. Now, that's something I can't grow right here. And that's something that's becoming an issue all over America with all the meat packing plants closing. So, I was getting a little anxious, we're going to run out of ham and pork. But then, here again, thinking back, there were times when we didn't eat pork. In fact, there were long periods of time. When we butchered out a hog in the late fall, early winter, And we did it mostly, butchered it and sold meat to others to make money. What we got left was the less desirable cuts, uh, and a lot of the organs, and we made head cheese and all that. But when it was gone for the year. Well, it was just like chicken. Chicken processing plants are closing. Chicken's a big thing in Alabama and Georgia and the southeast. There's chicken houses everywhere, especially in the south of these different states. And we got a lot of chicken processing plants and a lot of freezer warehouses. So here again, it gets back to all that there meat packing plants closing and all that. I let it get a grip on me. Do I have chicken? Yeah, I got some. But then again, that's why I made a list where I could think about what else do I have. Do I have canned chicken? Oh yeah, I got plenty of canned chicken. I got canned dark meat, white meat breast in its own juices and water. I even got freeze-dried chicken. So I had to cross that one off. Well, neat. Like I said in yesterday's video, some of the things were garden related, like garden soil, potting mix, fertilizer. And that goes back to not listening to what I've said and taught. And part of doing a video a while back a couple times back, was showing people to do with no store-bought. Here again, I had to sort of slap old Mr. Tom. Wasn't listening to my own advice. And I got some mighty fine compost here. Not to say I don't have mighty fine dirt too. I want to dig it out. I've spent 25 years making this dirt. It's good dirt. And if it'll grow in the ground, it'll grow anywhere. You just got to move it around. So here again, I was being lazy. The same way with the potting mix. And you'll see me talk about that when I was planting those radishes and lettuce in my tire planters a few weeks back. So, that was just convenience and laziness too. So it wasn't a need, it was a want. Same way with fertilizer. I got compost, I got worm castings, and if that ain't enough, I can go into the big woods, and there's more of that there leaf gold, leaf mold, which is leaf gold, than I could ever want to haul out. And it's just the most amazing stuff in the world. So here again, that all came under laziness. No, excuse me, had a burp. All laziness instead of a need. And you know what? I'll be proud of that, y'all viewers. Several of you brought that up. You got to decide whether it's a need or a want. And I thought, occasionally I am reaching some people. And it was just like, I found some more of that there fire truck pulled pork in the freezer. I've been eating freezer surprises or delights as we call them. And boy, I do like my barbecue sandwiches with some good old vinegar style coleslaw. But I'm out of cabbage. Do I need it? No. And you know what I learned? I learned you can make something just almost as tasty out of lettuce. And if you'd like, I'll show you how to. Cause I'll be making more of that as my lettuce starts to grow and come in. I mean, it was pretty darn good. So I didn't miss the cabbage so much. And cabbage is hard to grow here. If you don't do it in the fall, springs are always too iffy. They may heat up too fast. You just never know what you're going to get in the spring here when you try to plant the cool weather crops. Cucumbers. I had a yearning for cucumbers. And I thought, well, here again, that gets back to the days when you just couldn't have a cucumber at the time you wanted one. That's why people made pickles. And we made them all through my childhood and youth to have when you couldn't have the fresh ones. But I've got some seed planted. They'll come in time. My green onions. I miss them because, as you've seen in my cooking videos, I eat them in about every meal. And I'm not going to take any of the ones I got in the raised bed coming up because they're just not anywhere near ready, and that'd just be foolish. I got to leave them in there so they'll multiply. So I'll have more. But I have other onions. I still have bulb onions stored. I still have dehydrated onions, freeze-dried onions, frozen onions. So we'll just make do with them. Another thing that was worrying me, because we're starting to see that now, or at least I am, because I've been doing some research into all this food shortage stuff. But I knew it was going to happen because the harvest was terrible last year, and that's potatoes. And that's why I was doing so much dehydrating of potato slices. And if you want beautiful dehydrated potatoes, you need to go watch my potato dehydrating video. Just read down through the comments. Everybody who's tried it, they look better than store-bought. Trust me, they do. And it's so darn easy. But that gets back to the point of doing videos. I had to remember, well, that's why I was doing all that dehydrating. I knew there was going to be a problem. And yeah, they might still be in the stores. But now, do I need to risk my life to go get them? No. I'll just use the dehydrated ones. And then there was carrots. What little bit of carrots I have left, not going to go long. And I pull them sparingly. And at some point in time, I'm going to have to pull them all because they'll all bolt and go to seed. And of course, I will leave a few to go to seed. So I'll have seed to plant next year or this fall. But there were silly things I was thinking I needed. And it was like pepperoni. I really love pepperoni. Not sure if any of y'all do. I put it on sandwiches, ham sandwich. Sometimes I'll even put it on bologna sandwich, spice it up. But I like to make little beef pizzas. And of course, I've been out of those little beef frozen pizzas for quite some time. And I miss them too. But can I do without pepperoni? Yeah. You know, I can remember back when I was a child, we may have had a pepperoni pizza once a year, or maybe twice. And it was like a really special occasion, and we really loved it. And that's all Daddy would order and bring home when he'd come in from the base. He'd stop by the officers club, and he'd pick up 2 pepperoni and cheese pizzas. They were fairly cheap. And he'd bring them home, like I say, maybe once, twice a year. And that's why I remember that so much. It was a really big deal. You know, of course, he'd call ahead, let Mama know so she wouldn't have cooked a meal, because she'd have been really pissed if she'd cooked and he brought something like that home as well. So he'd come walking in the door and it'd just be like celebration. And that. Because we didn't get stuff like that very often. And when I mean very often, I'm talking once or twice a year. And that. So was the pepperoni a need? No, it was a want. And that. And cream cheese. You know, I am from New York. And I've gone back home many times to New York. It's my home state. And something I've always enjoyed, always. Not sure how it got started. I think it was my great uncle Charlie. He was Jewish, and he had escaped from Poland at the beginning of World War II and came to America and that. And he just loved bagels with cream cheese, lox, which is smoked salmon. It's a cold smoked salmon, or brined, cured, not cured. And then you put some capers on it, and he would always put thinly sliced spring or green onions on it, and a little sprinkling of pepper. And of course, in my Uncle Charlie's mind, even though he lived in Johnsonburg, PA, and they had a really nice deli there, and that on a time or two he would venture to New York City. There's some deli there that I don't remember the name, and he would get his lox, his bagels, and cream cheese and everything. It'd be like a supply run. Like once a year, he'd save his money all year long, go do this. And he'd bring it back. And that'd be a big event too. I remember sitting down to a half of lox and cream cheese bagel with Uncle Charlie a couple of times. And I'm talking, I was a small child then. But see, that's how special these occasions were. Other things, I was missing was squash. So I was going to superfoods, they got squash all the time. This time of year, it comes out of places like Mexico, Chile, Argentina, but as soon as our squash starts coming in here locally, that's one thing I'll give superfoods credit for. They'll buy from local farmers, and they'll put it in the store, and they'll put locally grown on it. I'm ever so damn proud of them. That's something you won't ever find Walmart doing. They give a little bit of money to the local charities just to say, hey, look what we've done. That's why I urge everybody to support their local groceries. That money stays in your community. But enough preaching on that. And then there's eggs. Eggs are starting to get slim. Here again, fresh eggs. And I had thought last year I would be ready to have chickens this spring. And it's my own fault that I didn't. Well, partly it's coronavirus, because if this hadn't erupted, I wouldn't have spent so much time researching, analyzing, digging into it. Which I don't begrudge the loss of that time. I think it's because of that time I spent that I'm sitting here and I'm alive. And that many of my viewers, my friends, my family are alive as well. But am I going to get some chickens? Well, if they're still available, and they will be. I mean, if I got to go out here and get them from a local person, I can do that too. Out rural. And that. Or I can order them online. But, I'm going to somehow have to figure out how to get me a little chicken coop made. Put them up a fence, because we got hawks and we got eagles. Most of y'all may not know Alabama got eagles. Yep, we do. I think we have a brown eagle, and we have the bald eagle too. They're mostly more up in northern Alabama than they are down here. Now I have seen a bald eagle here a time or two, and that. But my point to this video was, you see, I was not heeding not only my own advice, I wasn't heeding what I've ever taught in my entire life. I was getting frustrated after 40 days of being here and that. And it took making that video yesterday, to talk about it, to see and read all y'all's comments, to do some honest prayer, and understand I was just being spoiled brat. Do I need anything on that paper? Not one last thing is a need. It's just like the eggs. Yep, can't get fresh eggs right now, but you know what? Another thing I did yesterday, I walked around my little home and I took inventory. Just what's in that house. And I thought, Tom, Not only are you being silly, you're being foolish. You got food here, son. You're not going to starve. You may not always have what you want when you want it, but you are definitely not going to starve. And then I have stuff at another site. Do I have powdered eggs? Yep. Am I real fond of powdered eggs? Nope. But anybody who's ever went through a chow line knows you get used to them in time. In fact, there have been times in my life, depending on how you make them, they can be pretty darn tasty. And when I break out the powdered eggs, folks, we're going to be making them tasty, and hopefully by then we'll have some fresh things coming out of the ground. And I'll show you how to make them tastier and get by. And back to the milk. You know, I can't have a cow. But here again, while I was thinking all through all this, and that last night, I did some research. And, you know, I got the powdered milk. I don't care what people say, and I got whole milk, I got non-fat dry milk, I got all that. It's just not as tasty. It's just not. People say it is, but no. I've never been able to make it as tasty as fresh milk. But I found some shelf-stable milk at a fairly decent price. Was it more than going and getting milk here at Superfoods? Yep. But then the stuff at Superfoods wouldn't last more than a couple weeks at best. So I guess you can see through my rambling on in this video, sitting out here in the old lawn chair that my daughter gave me for my birthday a couple years back. I'd even forgot I had this nice thing behind the bedroom door. See, I do that. I get new things, especially gifts, and I put them up and save them. I don't know, maybe y'all are that way. And I'll get new clothes. And my daughter does that. She'll give me stuff and wonder why I don't wear it. And I tell her, you know how I am. I like to save my new stuff. Eventually I wear it. Because as you saw in that pair of jeans I had on, about 2 videos ago, those jeans had seen better days, and I really hated it because those are my favorite jeans. And but I had to put them in the rag pile. And they were so comfy. Carpenter jeans, they had all kinds of pockets to put stuff in. And when I'm out here gardening and working, you need them pockets. But back to the church. Her and David gave me this for one of my birthdays. It may have been Father's Day. My mind's not what it used to be. If she sees the video, she'll give me a call and tell me. And that, and it's jam up. You got a cup holder in each arm. And that, it's not webbing. Because I have yet to get my webbing from Amazon. I'm sure it'll be here. You know, when they say, you know, it could be 14 to 17 days. Sometimes it's earlier than that. Sometimes not. But I'm in no rush. If I had to, I'd just sit on the ground like I did yesterday. Now, there was a time in my life we didn't have lawn chairs either, sorry. But between all of y'all, between listening to my own advice and rewatching some of my own videos, and a lot of prayer through God, I realized I was just being a brat. I was just being lazy, and I was spoiled. And like I've told all of y'all in previous videos, I came from an era when we didn't have so much. Oh, we didn't have anywhere near as much. And I'd be getting back to that. And I am. Because all I'm seeing now, folks, is the numbers are rising, not dropping. Many states have seen spikes in this. And whether we want to believe it's, you know, just another form of the flu, whether they're just counting all deaths, you know, it's COVID, or, you know, all the stuff people are trying to propagate, all the narratives. Doesn't matter. People are dying. I personally don't want to be one of those people. And I think that's where it comes down to choice. Those who can, and I've said that before, and some of the viewers brought that up, those who can, financially able, they should stay at home. Those who can't, they have to make that decision for themselves. Hopefully they'll take all the protection that they need to. And all the rest of us, and them too, I hope, will pray for their safety. All the essential workers, truck drivers, all of them. Janitors, maintenance people, healthcare workers, power people. The list just goes on and on and on and on and on. But you know what? You can make a list of those too. But I sort of think God has it all down. All we got to do is ask. And with that said, I'm going to end the video. I wanted to put one out here today because some people thought I wouldn't do videos no more. It wasn't about that. I wasn't clear. Apparently, I meant to say I wouldn't do any more, may not do any more self-isolation. But as you can see, we're going to continue on. And hey, I broke Noah's record. 40 days and 40 nights. And in a little way, I was sort of hoping after 40 days and 40 nights, this would end too. But it's not. Maybe later. So y'all, I hope you're enjoying your Sunday. I hope wherever it's at, it's sunny and nice enough to go out and soak you up a little vitamin D. Listen to the wind, the birds, pick some berries. I was doing that earlier. I didn't take y'all along with me because y'all were too hoggy last time. You ate all my berries. Just me and old Mr. Magoo. He's around here somewhere. Got to go find him. And I'm going to take it on into the house. But until I see you next time, I want each and every one of you to take care. Stay safe out there. And God bless you, your families, and your loved ones. Till next we see you. Goodbye for now. Magoo, what are you doing hiding in the wheatgrass? What are you doing? Are you trying to eat my birds? You got the best food on the planet and you trying to eat my birds? What's wrong with you, Magoo? Huh? What, baby? Over there hiding in the grass under the bird feeders. Oh, you're a mighty hunter, aren't you? Are you a mighty hunter? Well, come on, mighty hunter. Let's go up and sit a bit on the porch. I'll give you some pettings. Okay? And then we gotta head it on in. It's starting to get chilly. Must have a cold front blowing in from the west. Hey, there's Cleo. Cleo! What are you doing, baby? I didn't see you yesterday. Did you stop by to get some food, huh? You Papa's girl. Where was you yesterday, huh? Well, you're starting to get a little better. You eat all you want, okay? Starting to fill out some. I try to keep that bowl full. We'll get more somehow, okay? Papa will get more somehow. Oh, I love you too, dear. Want me to go in and get you some treats? Okay, let me go in. Maybe Trix will be asleep. Otherwise, she ain't gonna want to share. You know how she is. Okay. think a mosquito bit me on my upper lip. It's starting to swell up. I'll be right back. Y'all eat what's there. I'll bring you some treats. I think Trix is still asleep. I don't see her, okay? Don't tell on me. Later, all. We're done? Oh, Trix, are you awake? You caught me getting treats for the outdoor kitties? Oh, come on. Won't you share? I just was wanting one can. Trix. Trixie. Don't turn your back on me. Can't I give Cleo this? She's got babies. Is it okay? Is it okay? Well, you were a mommy. Okay, I think that means it's okay if you rub it right and you're not screeching at me. Thank you. She'll love you for it. Won't she? Okay. I'll tell her it's a gift from you. You want to say goodbye? Like and subscribe?